Hi, this is Mrs. Fields. The homework. This site here. And this site is titled My TellTaleHeart. And what you'll do is you'll just go ahead, read the directions, and basically the directions are telling you that you're going to create your own personal reading of Poe's famous story, The Telltale Heart. And it asks you to create annotations. And what annotations are, they're your thoughts and your questions, your ideas, and your observations. And you're just kind of recording those. And as you can tell here in this dialog box here, you can see a little, like what's called a legend, and there's like a question mark, and then there's an exclamation point, and there's the little W, and I believe that little yellow one, I'm not sure, I can't see it, it's kind of small. Anyways, and then there's another, there are just all these different choices, and when you click on them, when you get to reading it, and what's cool about this version is you can actually listen to it rather than read it. So I'm going to go ahead and do a trial run with you here. So I click on Begin My Telltale Heart. And if you stop for any reason, it's not going to save your annotation, so do it all in one fell swoop. This just says welcome, drag the icons, and it gives you a little warning about it'll be lost unless you go all the way through. So make sure you have time to listen to it all the way through or read it all the way through, and then create your annotations. So you're going to click Start. And notice over here the actions. There's a question, there's a surprise, writing style, golden line, links, and thoughts. Now, as you hover over them, it tells you what it is in the box. The little yellow box appears. And for example, I'm going to go ahead and start listening. So I'm going to click the little play.
The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe.
So it's going to read it to me. It's pretty cool.
True.
It has background music.
Nervous. Very, very dreadfully nervous. I had been and am. But why will you say that I am mad?
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop it there, and maybe I have, I really like the way that he uses the word dreadfully. So I'm going to bring the G over here, and I type in my text, and this is what it means by annotate. I'm going to go ahead and put down why I think that's such a cool line. So I would say, this is a great hook for the reader. They are instantly interested or whatever, instantly drawn in. Okay, so then I click Save and Close. Now that's all set. Now what I would like to see you do is do 2 to 3 per page. So now I'm looking through and I'm going to read the rest, but as you hover over the really bolded words, it tells you the definition. These are vocabulary words. So maybe you're surprised by something, or maybe you have some other thoughts that you'd like to just jot down, or maybe some sort of something that reminds you of something and you provide a link or something. Let's click on that one. We'll drag it over here and see what happens. Now I enter in the text. So maybe this reminds me of something in my own life. I'm linking it to my own experience. As you see, I hover over it. Links, use story reminds you to something you've read, seen, or done in your own life. And then here I'm going to say, this reminds me of the time that I was, and then I would finish the thought and click Save. Now there's 2 already done for me. Maybe I notice the inverted sentences that Poe tends to use with his writing style. So I'm going to grab the W, and I'm going to put it over here. I think it's right here. The object, there was none. Right where it starts, object, there was none. Passion, there was none. I love the old man. He never wronged me, blah, blah, blah. That starts with inverted sentences. So I'm going to go ahead and start by saying, here, Poe, capital, Poe uses inverted sentences. So, and that's kind of his style. So I click save, close. Now I have 3. Now I go on to the next page, click next, and I do the same thing, 2 or 3 per page. As you notice, as you hover over the bolded words, again, those are vocabulary terms, and you could definitely, I like the word dissimulation, so I would maybe put that's a golden line. Hold please.
Pardon the interruption.
Here we go again, even during this.
21st
Nice.
century students, just a
Okay.
reminder, there will be no class tomorrow due to Halloween.
Okay, so anyways, I really like the word dissimulation. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. I'm going to say great word choice.
Thank you.
And then I click save, and there's another one. Now once I'm totally done, I'm going to go ahead and do this throughout all of the 8 pages. But again, I can listen to it. I don't have to read it. It's going
quite
to play
still
it for me.
and said
See, here it
nothing.
is.
For a whole hour I did not move a muscle, and in the meantime I did not hear him lie down. He was still sitting up in the bed listening, just as I have done, night after night, hearkening to the death watches in the wall. Presently, I heard a slight groan.
So let me stop it, please. Okay, so then now I've stopped it, and here I'm going to go ahead and give my little 2 or 3 things about that, and moving on, I go ahead and click next, and then I would do that throughout. Again, throughout you can listen to it, and then once I'm totally done, I'm going to go all the way to the end here. And then it pops, at the last page it pops up with this, and it says, are you sure you're ready to print? The passage and your notes are no longer editable once you exit or print. So you click yes, I'm sure. Then it says once you leave this activity, this is where you want to get it done. So you can email it or you can print the story. If you email it, you're going to click email, and then you're going to go ahead and you're going to type in C Fields, CFIELDS at yumaed.org. Okay? And then you would click send it now. And now that's going to email it directly to me. And that's what I mean by annotate.